Today I'm here to talk about Last Stand Among Us. Well, Last Stand has changed over the new 1.6 update, and in these clips you're gonna see me using Predator Mark because it's actually not that bad. But back to my point, how Last Stand has actually changed a lot over the past. It's always been bad. Like, Last Stand was a good idea, but it was always just bad in general. Because before this update, it used to be like, oh, you'd either run Striker or some shit. Mostly Striker. Basically just Striker and probably Skill Power. But now it's just everyone uses Skill Power most of the time. I see mostly Seekers. Well, no, not Seekers, my bad. I see mostly Fire Turrets and Shock Turrets. And that, if it wasn't cancerous enough, Air Bursts do like 2 bars. So it's totally great to see that Last Stand has definitely improved over the last update. Obviously, so many things have changed. If anything, Last Stand has gotten even worse since it got released. From the beginning, Last Stand was a good idea, yes, but people found a way to glitch through levels, so like to level up quickly, which would be like, I think if I remember, people would sit in a corner and just heal each other to get points to get maxed out in levels, and the max level was 40. So people would just sit in a corner and just heal each other, and that probably was the first thing that was really broken in the in Last Stand. And not much is actually, a lot has happened, but after that no one would switch off of the healing thing for a while, and that's after they patched the healing thing. So now that you wouldn't get as many points as for healing, so now people can't be on top with like 300,000 scores, some crazy stuff like that. After that, it started getting filled with cancer. Like, if it wasn't really bad enough, it got worse, because it started filling up with people using Striker most of the time, and Striker is like not the best thing to use because it makes you look like a scumbag. Plus, in console, most people just spam aim down sight, so like it auto locks into the head, and that was pretty cancerous on its own. If it wasn't enough, like 2 people, almost the entire enemy team was running like Striker and shit, and that was honestly terrible. And it was like, alright, I quit Last Stand because that was one of the main reasons why. That was like, only people would only run like Striker. And then after Striker, Skill Power was drawn into it, which changed it again for the better or worse. People would use like Air Burst because of how the stagger and like the damage itself was. And so introducing 1.6 wasn't a bad idea, but removing the stagger alone from Seeker Mines isn't really gonna do much in this case, because of the fact that there's still modifiers for the Seeker Mines. So like on your gear, you can put like 6% extra damage with Seekers. So Seeker Mines can still insta-kill you. Removing stagger really didn't change a lot, but what they really needed to change was the percent of damage that you could add onto your Seekers on your armor, because that really is what makes the Seeker Mines really overpowered. So when they introduced 1.6.1, it was great. Definitely, whatever. I actually liked it. It was a pretty good patch. It fixed a lot of things that weren't working, which is good, as a game should have a working like system and things. But I decided to go into the Last Stand for once, and then all I saw was fire turrets and shock turret. Like, the talent, okay, fine, they fixed the talent, good for them because it's part of the game. But people were just running it, like, it was so cancerous in the game. In Last Stand, even worse because a lot of things are maxed out. Like, in Last Stand, when you play Last Stand, everything should be maxed out. So it's really, like, really bad to see only secret, like, no, not secret, only like skill builds, because Last Stand was Last Stand is 8 people, so it gets even worse if like 6 people are running skill builds. So isn't it great to just see like what 6 people throwing secret mines at once and like legit insta killing everyone on the enemy team? Like, I don't want to play Last Stand that much anymore, only because of the sole fact that it's now infested with skill power. Like, shock turret and fire turrets we can easily deal with because they only work at a certain range, but air bursts or secret mines, they chase you down, which is really bad. And if you get in a group, it's even worse for your group. Now, that's really smart to throw it at a group, but the thing I don't really like about it is that the damage is way too much. It could insta-kill you now. Well, it's always been able, but now stagger doesn't really affect the damage output it does, so there's not much. That's some reasons why I really don't like Last Stand anymore. Well, it's been your host. I changed my name because SCP-457 doesn't deal with that, but, you know, see you guys. And cut, guys, cut, please.